Thanks again for joining us. The city of Plymouth is doing something no other Minnesota city has done yet. As Delaney Cleveland reports, it's an important step to combat tree diseases.
As you look at this big maple right here, there's woodpeckers already pecking and using that as a home.
There are nearly 40,000 trees scattered throughout the city of Plymouth, according to city forester Paul Buck.
Probably the most impactful part for most people's lives.
They provide shade, help beautify neighborhoods, and are important for wildlife.
All those added benefits, it's hard to quantify them. You know it when you see it. When people pay more for a wooded lot than they do for a field lot.
However, in 2015, the destructive emerald ash borer insect began wreaking havoc on the city's ash trees.
By using only one species, nature finds a way to slap your hand and say, nope, shouldn't have done that.
The city needed to treat or, in many cases, remove those trees, but they didn't have an updated inventory.
So we need to know where they are, we need to know how many. How big are they? What are we going to have to deal with?
It's a tall task to do with the naked eye, which is why, going forward, the city plans to do what's called a smart tree inventory. It's where a car equipped with a camera would drive through Plymouth and use artificial intelligence to take a digital inventory of every tree in the city, while also identifying deficiencies in the canopy.
It is basically, think of the Google car. That's what it's going to be doing. It's going to be sending out LiDAR. It's going to collect the information of that tree down to even the smallest branch.
It's the kind of information that will not only make Paul Buck's job easier, but every city forester that comes after him.
30 years ago, I couldn't imagine this, but now that I've seen it, I fully think we should embrace this technology to make everybody more efficient.
In Plymouth, Delaney Cleveland, CCX News.
The Plymouth City Council unanimously approved the contract to implement the Smart Tree Inventory. It will cost the city about $80,000 a year for the next 4 years. Data collection will begin this winter. The Maple Grove City Council on Monday will consider plans for a new elementary school. The Osseo Area School District has plans for a new school in northwest Maple Grove, a growing part of the city. If approved, the move would allow the district to build a new school serving up to 1,100 students in kindergarten through 5th grade. According to city documents, the school would include separate parent and bus drop-off, green space for recess and field sports, 2 playgrounds, and an outdoor classroom. Construction would likely begin in the spring, and the district plans for the new school to be ready for the 2026-2027 school year. The Robbinsdale Area School District will host a State of the Budget Town Hall on Wednesday. This will come as the district addresses a challenging financial situation. The district had its credit rating drop 2 steps, meaning its interest rate to borrow money will go up. The report by S&P Global Ratings cited the district's, quote, rapid financial deterioration. The district is trying to sell bonds to finance long-term facility maintenance. The report cited another sizable deficit projected for next year that would further deplete the district's reserves. School board member Kim Holmes acknowledged community concern and says the district brought on a new superintendent and chief financial officer to help address the situation.
The board has a real opportunity here to make changes in terms of bringing on an experienced superintendent who hired a very experienced chief financial officer. So we're taking steps in the right direction.
The budget town hall will take place from 6:30 to 8 Wednesday evening at Cooper High School. For the past year and a half, Brooklyn Center has had 2 members of its public safety team bring calm during stressful times. Today, Kevin Miller introduces us to them.
In any fire department, there's a staff member that has become essential to operations.
She's been a very welcome part of our fire family. She comes and goes everywhere with me. She is involved with fire calls.
The same could be said of a police department. Just ask Commander Tony Grunig.
Yeah, almost every single call or place that I go to, he'll go with.
They can't back up a fire engine, but you might spot them.
Hup. Good boy.
Inside a squad car.
Okay, can you sit down?
Meet Rex.
Sit.
He joined the police department back in February of 2023.
Rex is a very laid-back, easygoing, kind of like a Scooby-Doo kind of dog.
And this is his sister, Brooklyn.
Good girl.
Fire Chief Todd Berg is her handler.
She is all about getting and giving the attention that a therapy dog would do.
During an emergency situation, like a fire, therapy dogs can provide comfort.
At a fire scene, it's obviously a very traumatic, bad day for those people. I'll bring her out and she'll stay with those people.
They also extend a helping snout back at the station.
There's a lot of emotional toll that goes along with being a firefighter.
There you go, good girl.
Brooklyn does her job and really, lowers the anxiety, lowers the blood pressure.
But even a good dog needs a break from work once in a while.
Let's see, you ready, Todd? Frosty Paws.
Rex and Brooklyn got one this week as they celebrated a special day.
Happy birthday.
So they're 2 years old, which is 14 in dog years, I think.
These teens only get one treat cup a year. It's well-deserved considering the gifts they bring every day.
He's been a great asset to the police department.
Brooklyn has made, a positive impact just about everywhere she goes.
In Brooklyn Center, Kevin Miller, CCX News.
Brooklyn and Rex were donated to Brooklyn Center by a family in northern Minnesota after the city reached out to a nonprofit that provides specially trained support dogs.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You will also have access to a large on-demand library, including full sporting events and daily newscasts. To find us, go to the store, search CCX, and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Multi-sport high school athletes have become less common in the last decade. One of the reasons for that trend is an increase in pressure to specialize in a single sport at an early age. But in this week's CCX Sports Spotlight, Chaz Moots profiles a Maple Grove student athlete that went against that grain this fall in an impressive way.
Maple Grove senior Gannon Farrens is always on the run. Gannon is the top runner on the Crimson boys cross country team. It's a sport he's competed in since he was young.
I ended up doing a lot of fun runs as a kid. My mom's a big runner, so she always wanted me to just see if I enjoy running, see if I really like the aspect of it.
Gannon has been kicking it into high gear on the varsity cross-country team since 7th grade, but this past fall, he's been kicking it on another field.
Farrens stepping to the middle, turns, fires, and he scores!
The top runner for Crimson cross-country is also one of the top goal scorers for Maple Grove boys soccer. Gannon played soccer growing up as a kid and was on the varsity team his sophomore season. His junior year, he decided to focus on just cross-country, but got the itch to double dip again right before his senior season.
Less than a week, probably like 4 or 5 days, I ended up signing up low before tryouts. I went to some summer sessions, never really made that final decision until pretty close to right before. I'm like, okay, Mom, I really want to do it.
Gannon has been bouncing back and forth between both sports all fall, including the last week of both seasons where he was gearing up for the cross-country state meet and playing in the Class 3A boys soccer state tournament. It all started at 8 a.m. on Wednesday morning at US Bank Stadium when just 6 minutes into the state semifinal game, Gannon hit the jackpot. Gannon scored the first goal in what ended up being a 3-1 win for the Crimson over Andover, sending Maple Grove to their second straight Class 3A championship game.
The bank's always fun. The bank's always super fun to play at, but it can get you a little jittery sometimes, so to be able to get one early and really calm us down, it's a big confidence booster.
5 hours later,
You guys ready? Set, go!
Gannon is on the run again, this time at cross-country practice where he's running just short of a 2-mile workout.
Got what we needed done, got the result, came and got a good workout in, so today's a success.
2 days later, on Friday morning, Gannon and the Crimson are back at the bank. In the second half, Gannon was on the money again with a highlight reel header. Unfortunately, the Crimson came up just short of a first ever state title, falling to Egan 4-3 in overtime. The loss was an emotionally draining one, as it was the only loss on the season for Maple Grove. For Gannon, though, it was back to his feet because in 27 hours, He was running again in the Class 3A Boys Cross Country State Championship meet. Gannon ended up taking 39th overall with a time of 16 minutes and 24 seconds.
I knew coming into this it would be a long, hard week, but tried to stay positive, stay confident, and feel like I did that pretty well. Really came out and battled us all the way to the end today, and then even yesterday battled.
To make both work, it's taken some collaboration from co-head soccer head coach Justin Turner.
As much running and as much time as he was putting in, man, it's a lot of respect to that kid.
And cross-country head coach Sean Heaton.
Going to state this year, it's his 6th year in a row making it to the state meet.
Both have been impressed with Gannon's dedication to both sports.
He would make it work where he wasn't going to just short-change us or his team. If he's in, he's in.
He's just got it all figured out, and so it's easy to work with a student athlete when they're so mature about it and when they're so serious about doing everything at a high level.
With both seasons now complete, Gannon wouldn't change anything with his decision to double dip.
I've enjoyed every second of it. I've had some great races, some great soccer stuff, made some great bonds back with the soccer team too, and I've been hanging out with both teams a lot. It's been an absolutely incredible fall.
Thanks, Chaz. Gannon also competes in track in the spring for the Crimson. He plans to run in college next year. For the CCX Sports Spotlight, I'm John Jacobson.